Well, welcome to the one of the final editions here. We're already at prompt 193 in our 200 drawing prompt book. Let's check out today's prompt. Today's prompt is Purple People Eater, based on a song that was popular in 1958 and 1959. The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. You want to see how we drew it? Stay tuned, because that's what we're going to do today. This is one of those prompts that we can kind of wing. The prompt is Purple People Eater, and it's based on a song, came out in 1958. That about a monster that comes down and lands in a tree and tells the guy he's a purple people eater. I think we made his head a little small, or we made his head the right size, but we made the rest of him too small. We'll put a big indentation here in his face. Kind of give him some character. And now I got to figure out what a rock and roll guitar looks like. Yeah, this guy looks like he's I'm gonna get my terms messed up here because I know nothing about rock and roll music, but he looks like whatever a punk rocker is. I think he's one of them. Now I got to get his hands right. Of course, that's pretty funny right there. How can I get him wrong? It's a made-up character. I got the drawing done. Let's see if we can mess it up with some color. I'm going to highlight our purple people eater. With some yellow. And it'll fade to some light blue and then some dark blue. Now I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, was the purple people eater, was he a people eater that was purple, or was he a people eater? Was he a people eater that was purple, or was he a people eater that ate purple people? Well, let me clear that up for you because I know it's important to you. The lyrics of the song clearly indicate that he was a people eater who ate purple people. I think the lyrics go something like, I asked the purple people eater what was his line, and the purple people eater said, eating purple people, and it sure is fine. So, I know you've probably been stewing over that question for a long time. I'm glad I was able to help. I think the 1950s was kind of the golden era of novelty songs. But also in the 50s and 60s, there were a lot of crossover songs. A lot of what we would call country would cross over to the pop charts. Well, there's no use to be modest. I think that this is the best purple people eater drawing ever in the history of the world. It'll probably end up in the United Nations as an example of how a purple people eater drawing should be drawn. I hope you guys understand the concept of sarcasm. Yeah, I outlined our drawing in ink, and my plan is to kind of color it in with a pencil. I got, this is a wing membrane right here. I've Now, kind of closing in here on our working from the outside in. I'm trying to make the wings kind of look translucent. Kind of like the effect we got yesterday. We kind of drew everything in with ink, and then we followed it up with pencil. Kind of gave it a little depth. I'm going to try that on today's drawing too. I'll kind of draw it in ink and followed up with pencil. Am I the only one that gets freaked out about one-eyed creatures? I don't even like to look at them. You see them in cartoons and science fiction things, but they're not scary, they're just weird looking, you know? Trying to tie everything together. Well, our monster's face is maybe a little too busy. But this is what one-eyed, one-horned people eaters, this is what they look like. I can't, I can't change that. Now I gotta get his mouth, and it's gonna be dark. I'm gonna get his teeth in there. They're not showing up. I'm doing the arms. Now, if you're drawing a purple people eater, you have to include the fact that he came to Earth to play in a rock and roll band. And if you don't include that, your drawing is invalid. Not bona fide. Well, I'm doing this his guitar last. And we're just about drum roll time. Finishing up the guitar here with some sparkly ink. That does it for Memphis Drawing 193. Today's prompt was Purple People Eater, based on a 1958 novelty song. A one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. His goal was to be a rock and roll singer. Okay, let's see what tomorrow's prompt is. Sunset. Hope to see you then.